Not bad. Only took a few hours. Didn't even fire a shot. Another boring day. Listen, it's the kind that makes my wife happy.
By the time we finished the paperwork and got a bite to eat, it was close to 10 o'clock. I dropped McKissick off, but I still had 2 hours on my shift. All I was thinking about was finishing my shift as quietly as possible and getting home. In fact, I was almost ready to call it quits when...
4816?
4816?
4816, report of suspicious car on Main Street, south of I-69.
4816, I'll see what I can do.
I thought it might be somebody looking for an address, or maybe just a nosy neighbor. That's what these calls usually are. Still, you never know. I drove over and talked to a complainant who'd seen a couple in a green Oldsmobile arguing in the middle of the road. The car was gone when I got there, but I drove around the neighborhood to have a look. I found the car in question almost immediately. I put on the flashers, but the guy kept on driving, maybe even speeded up a little. I gave him a whoop on the siren, and he finally pulled into a driveway off Main Street.
Great. This is all I need.
I'd taken my shoulder rig off when I went to eat supper, so when I stopped this car, I just stuck my gun in my waistband.
Hi. Sam Hanna from the Sheriff's Department. Can I see your license, please? Well, let me see it. Be on your way.
This other guy I recognized.
What's going on, man? Just get back in the house, Jerry. I don't want any trouble.
Jerry Fagan, a holdover hippie type and a small-time dope dealer.
Sure, man.
Hey, I think I'm going to jail. Call my uncle.
Look, why don't you just come into my car, or on a check on your plates, you can be on your way. Okay?
I was hoping to be able to defuse the situation. First, I wanted to check to make sure the guy hadn't been drinking. It was a cold night out, and when you're out in the cold, it's hard to tell if somebody's drinking. I also thought the guy had his license suspended, and that's why he wouldn't show it.
Now, you're sure you don't have a license?
Yeah, I have one. Give me your gun. Say, give me your damn gun!
Go to hell.
I don't know why I said that. It's not like me, and it's not the response I was taught at the police academy, but somehow it just slipped out. I had no chance to get to my gun. It happened too quick. I just remember hitting him and trying to grab the gun.
Hold it!
At that point, I didn't know how bad I was hit. All I knew was my white shirt was soaked in blood and my right arm was numb. In the back of my mind, I was thinking the guy could come back and finish me off. Then I remembered my training. Count your shots. Always count your shots.
4816. I've been shot. Code fire. I fired 4 shots.
I could feel myself going into shock, but I managed to radio in first.
Well, white male, balding, middle-aged, with a mustache.
Hang on, Sam. I got people on their way.
Easy. You want a blanket?
Sam, do you read? Keep talking to me, Sam.
On my way to the hospital, Officer Doris Maxey rode with me. I asked her to get the news to Lori before she heard it from somebody else. The gurney hit a bump, and I suddenly felt this thing in my mouth. I thought at first it must be a tooth, but then I spit it out. It was a bullet. It was hard on Lori. First thing she'd heard was that I'd been shot in the head. She was afraid maybe I'd end up with brain damage.
Oh my God. Just come on and we'll get you to the hospital.
I was lucky. I took 6 bullets at point-blank range, and I lost a great deal of blood, but no vital organs were hit. 4 days later, by the grace of God, I was home for Thanksgiving dinner. They picked him up about 2 hours later in a barn about 50 to 60 feet from the site of the shooting. They couldn't find the gun. We had more than enough evidence for a conviction, but I still wanted to find the gun. So about a month later, Lieutenant Nolan and I were walking through this cornfield. It was cold out, and I thought we'd gone over every bit of the field. But just as we were